Hello everybody, this is Vasvi from At Home Tuition. Today we are going to learn the lesson trigonometric function for the 11th grade students. In this session, I would like to tell you about the signs which each trigonometric ratio will have at different quadrants at different angles, okay? So I have listed out all those here and I will tell you how easily you can learn this. So here you have the Pythagorean identities, the three Pythagorean identities which are very familiar to all and we use in many of the problems in finding out the sides. So the first one is sine square x plus cos square x equals 1. We derive at these identities from the unit circle. So right now I am just mentioning only the formulae and it is sine square x plus cos square x equals 1. From this you can derive at two more formula. Your sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x, right? Cos square x, and similarly your cos square x would be 1 minus sine square x, okay? So you can use these two formula too in the problems. Now the next one is 1 plus tan square x is equal to secant square x. This is the second identity. Again from this you can derive at two more formula. One is secant square x minus tan square x equals 1. This is one formula, and the next one is your tan square x will be equal to, just bring the 1 to the other side so it becomes minus 1, right? So that will be secant square x minus 1, okay? Likewise you have the third identity where you have 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosecant square x. Here too you can write two formula from this. You bring the cot square to your right side. So what happens? It is cosecant square x minus cot square x. Yeah, take away cot square x equals 1 and your cot square x is equal to cosecant square x minus 1. I will show you how to use these formula in the problems later. So these are the Pythagorean identities which you need to know. And previously I have already told you that you can divide the xy plane into 4 quadrants, right? So this one would be the first quadrant, this the second quadrant, third, and here you will have your fourth quadrant. And your angle is here, it is 0 degrees, okay? And when it comes to this, it is 90 degrees. And here at this side it is 180 degrees, that is pi, and here it is 270 degrees, okay? I have just shown it to you in degree measures. So this is, again the 0 degree will be, you can also say 360 because it makes complete rotation, right? And it comes back to its original position when it is 360 degree. So from this what you know is the first quadrant is between 0 degree to 90 degree, okay? The measures are between 0 degree to 90 degree. The second quadrant is 90 to 180. The third quadrant is 180 to 270. And the fourth quadrant is 270 to 360. We all know this. Now, I have asked you before, if you had seen my previous video, you would have, you would have known that we use the sentence all silver teacups, okay? So you can just put each word in each quadrant. So all represents all the ratios, okay? All the trigonometric ratios are positive. All the ratios are positive, okay? In the second quadrant it is S. So sine and sine, S represents sine. Here it is all, okay? All ratios are positive. Here your sine and its reciprocal is cosecant, right? Cosec are positive, okay? and all the rest are negative, are positive here. In the third quadrant, it is T. T stands for tan and cot, okay? So tan and cot are positive, okay? And finally, in the fourth quadrant, it is from 270 to 360, right? So the fourth quadrant, it is C, where you have cos and secant positive. Cos and secant positive. And the rest are negative. Just remember this. This will help you to a great extent in doing these formula. So just remember this picture and the details I have said here. Okay. Now coming to the negative angle identities. When they ask you what is sine minus x, okay, negative x. So this you can take it as 0 minus x, okay. So just tell me which quadrant it belongs to. It is your angle 0 is here, the initial position, and it is minus 0, so it would be in the fourth quadrant, right? This is fourth quadrant. Understood? 0 minus x. When they say minus x, it is 0. You can take it as 0 minus x. So 0 degree minus x would be in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, we know only your cos and secant are positive. Okay. So just mark the cos and the secant. Only these are positive and all the rest are negative. So this helps you to know where the sign of your answer, right? Now, one more point you have to remember is at 0 degree and pi degree, okay, when it is 0 and pi, whether plus or minus, that doesn't matter. When it is at 0 degree or pi, that is 180 degree, your sine will remain as sine, cos will remain as cos, tan will remain as tan, cosecant will remain as cosecant, secant as secant, cot as cot. There is no change in the ratio. It remains as it is. Okay. At 90 degree and 270 degrees, your sine will change to cos and cos changes to sine. Okay. Your tan will change to cot and cot turns to tan. Secant will turn to cosecant and cosecant will turn to secant. Okay. So right now we are at 0. So here you have all positive, it is 0 minus x. So it is in the fourth quadrant. So at fourth quadrant only your cos and secant is positive. And since it is 0 degrees, okay, at 0 the sign doesn't change, right? So your sign will be sine. So I got this as minus sine. Cos is cos, but it is positive. Since it is in the fourth quadrant, it is positive. Okay. You can fix the sign later. First you write as it is. Your sine is sine, cos is cos, tan is tan, cosec is cosec, secant is secant, cot is cot. And finally, since it is in the fourth quadrant, you can make the cos and the secant as positive and all the rest as negative. Understood? Now, look at these co-functions here. Here it is pi minus x, right? So pi is pi by 2. Sorry, this is pi by 2 minus x. So that means it is 90 degrees minus x. So 90 minus x is in the first quadrant, right? So first you decide which quadrant it is, okay? First quadrant. Now, we'll put the sign later. Now you look, it is 90 degrees, right? I said at 90 and 270, the ratios changes, right? So now I would write the cos as sin x, sine as cos x, tan as cot x, cot as tan x. Secant will become cosecant and cosecant becomes secant. Now you have to fix the sign. Since it is in the first quadrant, all your ratios are positive. So you can see that all these are positive. Understood? So this is done. Now when it is pi by 2 plus x. So understand this well. Your pi by 2 is 90. 90 plus x, right? So this is 90 plus x. So where will that be? It will be in the second quadrant, okay? So second quadrant. Okay, right now let us just fix the quadrant there. It is second quadrant. Since it is 90, as I told you, you have to change all your ratios, right? You interchange the ratios, right? Sine to cos and cos to sine, tan to cot and cot to tan, secant to cosecant and cosecant to secant. Now that you have done all that, you can just write the sign now. So it is in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant you see that sine and cosec are positive. So just the sine and cosecant are positive. The balance, the rest you can make it negative. Understood? Is that clear? Okay. Now here it is pi. Pi is 180, right? It is 180 minus x. So I said when it is 180 and 0 and 360, it is going to be the same. You don't change the ratios. So you can write the cos pi minus x as cos x, sin pi minus x as sin x, and so on. You can write all the ratios as it is. Now, this 180 minus x means it is in the second quadrant. Okay, this is in the second quadrant. Again, you know, in second quadrant your sine and cosec are positive, okay, and all the rest are negative. Could you see this? Yeah. So this is done. Now we are in this, that is, it is pi plus x. So since it is pi, it is 180 plus x, right? So when it is 180, I told you, you don't change. So your cos will remain as cos, sine will remain as sine, tan is tan, cot, cot, secant is secant, cosecant is cosecant. Now for the sine, since it is 180 plus x, it should be in the third quadrant, right? 180 plus x will be in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, we know the tan and cot, it is t cups, t. So here the tan and cot are positive. So you just mark the tan and the cot, make them positive, and the rest will be negative. Understood? So this is also completed. Now the next one is 2 pi. 2 pi is nothing but 360, right? So it is 360 minus x. What is given is wrong. I just cut this. Okay. This is wrong because it is 2 pi is 360. At 360, 0 and 180, the ratio doesn't change. So here, let me write all the ratios as it is. So your cos will be cos x, your sine will be sin x, right? And the tan is tan x, tan 2x, 2 pi minus x is tan x only. Your cot is cot x, secant is secant only, and cosecant would be cosecant. Okay. Now let me fix the sign. Since it is 360 minus x, so 360 minus x is here in the fourth quadrant, right? So it is in the fourth quadrant. So at fourth quadrant only your cos and secant are positive. So the rest you can put negative. All the rest are negative. Understood? Similarly, here it is 360 plus x. So I would change here also. Okay, this is wrong. So here your cos, again, since it is 360, your cos will remain as cos, your sine remains as sine, tan remains as tan, cot as cot, secant as secant, and cosecant as cosecant only. Okay. Now let us see which quadrant it belongs to. It is 360 plus x. So that goes to the first. This is your 360 degree plus x will make it in the first quadrant, right? So it is in the first quadrant here. So since it is in the first quadrant, all your ratios are positive. Nothing is negative. Okay. So all are positive. I'm just marking all the ratios since all are positive. So this is the easiest way to fill in these type of problems, okay? Now, I have taken two questions, so that you will be able to understand how to apply this in the problems, right? Now here they have given you cos x is minus 3 over 5, where x lies in the third quadrant. They specify the quadrant. This is for you to fix the sign, okay? That we'll do later. First let me find out what is my, they asked you all the other 5 trigonometric ratios. So with cos, using the Pythagorean identity formula, I can find out what is my sine, right? So earlier I said sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x, right? So let me write the values here. 1 minus cos is minus 3 over 5. I have to square it. So that would be equal to 1 minus, my negative 3 the whole square is 9 over 25, okay? Because it's 5 square also, right? So this would be, when you do the fraction, it is 16 over 25. So you get your sine square x as 16 over 25. So your sine x is equal to square root of 16 over 25, which gives you 4 over 5, okay? So sine is 4 over 5. You can say the reciprocal of sine is cosecant, right? So your cosec would be 5 over 4. Now, since it is in the third quadrant only your tan and cot is positive, right? So your sine would be negative, your cosecant would be negative. Understood? Now you got your sine and cosecant. You can find out what is your tan, right? So I write it here. Your tan x would be sine over cos, right? Sine x over cos x. So I am applying that. So that would be sine is negative 4 over 5. Your cos is, while doing this you don't bother about the sine, okay? You just take the value of the sine alone. And the cos is going to be, it is 3 over 5, right? So your 5 and 5 gets cancelled. So that will give you 4 over 3. And see, it is tan, right? Even if you take the sine, that will get cancelled. And it becomes a positive 4 over 3. Now since you got the tan, you can say what is your cot, right? Your cot x would be the reciprocal of tan, right? So that's 3 over 4, which is also positive. And finally, you will have to write secant x. Secant x is just the opposite of reciprocal of cosecant. So that would be minus 5 over 3. Okay. So likewise, you can, I found out all the 5 ratios. This is one way of doing it. You can also do it this way, which is even more easier. Just draw the right angle triangle, okay? Just draw the right angle triangle. And this is 90 degree, right? Let me fix my x, the angle here. And they say cos is 3 over 5, right? Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So this is 3 and this is 5. It means this is 3 and this is 5. Let me find out what is this side, okay? So this would be square root of 5 square minus 3 square. So that would be equal to 5 square is 25 and 3 square is 9. So that would be square root of 16, which is equal to 4. Now you got this as 4. Since you know all the sides, it is easy for you to write the 6 ratios. I would say sine x equals opposite over hypotenuse, okay? Cos x would be adjacent over hypotenuse. Tan x is equal to opposite over adjacent, right? Your cot x would be adjacent over opposite. secant is reciprocal of cos, so that's 5 over 3, and your cosecant would be the reciprocal of sine, which is 5 over 4. Now you need to fix the decimal. Since it is in the third quadrant, your tan and cot are positive. The rest you can put it as negative. Okay. So this is yet another way of doing it. It doesn't matter. Both gives you the same answer. So you needn't bother much about the procedure. Now I have taken another problem wherein you have to find two values. So I do the first one first. This is sine 31 pi over 3, right? Since it is an improper fraction, let me make it as a proper fraction. So this implies it is sine 10 pi plus 1 pi over 3. Okay. This 10 pi is complete rotation, right? When it is even, it is complete rotation. You can just ignore that. So this means that it is sine pi over 3. So sine pi over 3 is sine 60, right? What is sine 60? Sine 60 is root 3 over 2. So I have found out the value for sine 31 pi over 3. So that is nothing but root 3 by 2. Okay. Okay, the second question is cos minus 1710. Okay, 1 degrees. They have given it to you in degrees. Try to represent, you can see how many rotation you can make with this degrees. So I just do it like this. It is cos. Since it is negative, I add, you can just try this. 360 times 6 would be more, right? So I would do 5. Okay. So this is going to be 0, 33, 1, 8. Okay. Okay. Now I'm adding 5 times 360. Okay. So that represent cos 1710 plus, when I multiply this is 1800. So that will give you cos 90 degrees. And we all know cos 90 is, cos starts from 1 to 0, right? So it is 0 is the answer. Okay. I hope this video was useful to you. See you with yet another video. Till then, bye.